Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me this day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be in your time zone. For me, it is Monday morning. Monday morning, a lot of people don't like Mondays. Mondays have a bad rap. I get that. Beginning of the week, you have to go back to work and everything else. I get it. So, what I try to do, or at least I have been, is turn it into more of a celebration. Some people call it a weekly roundup. Some people call it, everything I've done in a week. Here's my progress, my whips, my whatever you want to call it. I do mine on Monday. This everything that I've done in approximately a week. There you go. Since the last time that we've gotten together and talked about it, I want to show off. Or at least tell you why I didn't get anything done, or whatever it happens to be. This week I got a lot done. I am just so thrilled at the productivity and just, I'm working on my Christmas stuff already because if you're a crafter, you know, it's August. You're probably behind already. You don't want to do anything January, February, March, April, May, and June because you're worn out from last year when you were really cracking that whip in December. And then July, you start thinking about it. In August, you're like, uh-oh, it's time to go. Besides, I got called out on the sock knitting. So the first one that you may or may not notice is this gorgeous headscarf that I have on. This is by another YouTube creator, at least the design and tutorial is. The design and tutorial is by Crystal from Hook That Yarn, and this is her Granny Pine bandana. It is a free pattern tutorial. I'll link her down below. I don't know, I used to have the yarn sitting right here. It was just that nice bright color that you could see in all my videos, and I thought it was gorgeous and it needed to be worked up. Besides my beautiful yellow one that I made the last time, my granddaughter got it. She's so cute. She wanted it. She got it. That's how that goes. So I had to make another one. And this is bright pinks and purples. So guess where this one's going to probably end up? Probably with her. It's okay. I get to wear it until she takes it, right? So one of the other things I am so proud I got finished. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that. I got a pair of socks done. Yes! This is my first pair of finished socks for 2023. Look at that sparkle. Yes! Ha ha! Yeah, I know it's evil grin, whatever, but I am just so thrilled. They're so sparkly. They're so happy. Look at this. They're fantastic. Yeah. And I've got a bunch of extra yarn. I've got like 23 grams left that I can do something else with. I'll probably run this doubled with something else, some of my other scraps, and make a very nice, unique, pretty, warm hat for the winter that will go to somebody. I don't know who. I made about 30 last year and gave them out. So they all find a home. They have a wool content in them, so they will be warmer. I am in Colorado. Warmer's nice. But yeah, I got my first pair of socks done. So happy. And I started, I just one, right? I did start working on this, my green pair. Look at that. This is opal. It's an opal sock yarn. Yeah. And I'm doing them two at a time. How exciting. So I've got both of these to the point where I've got the length of them done, and I am now working on the heel. I'll turn, get that gusset done, and then on the straightaway for the toes. So this will be, hopefully, my second pair of socks. It's not done yet. Doesn't count till it's done, right? I might have some socks on the needles for 5 years. But, that's okay. These won't be on the needles for 5 years. Started another pair. Look at this. Look, I'm doing them two at a time. So to kind of alleviate my sock syndrome, where I'm only getting one sock done or a partial of one sock done, especially if I do something beyond the typical vanilla sock, that's just simple, same thing throughout the whole process. I'll forget, or my tension may or may not change. I have had some issues with that. I just decided to get more double pointed needles. That's my preference for working with them and making two at a time. And I'm working from both ends of the ball. This is Heritage Print sock yarn, and full price, it's $13.50 to $14 a ball, 100-gram ball of yarn. If you are interested in this, go out to littleknits.com. They are an online yarn store, and they have them because they're clearancing out some of the colors for $6.99 a ball. I might have just got a couple balls myself. Yeah, they'll be here. I like them. So this is one that I really like to work with. You know, it's another one that you can say, surprisingly, this is my first pair of socks with this yarn. I've made a lot of garments with this. This makes up to about a 3T, 2 to 3T top at the very, using every very last bit of it for a little one. And I've made quite a few tops for my grandchildren. I have 5 grandchildren using this yarn. Absolutely love it. So I thought I'd make some socks. And since I am working from the middle of the ball and the outside of the ball, notice they're going in reverse. That is one full color repeat on both socks. So I guess in that case, they're fraternal twins. And I am loving it. So I have one pair done and 2 pairs started. Because, you know, why would I want to just finish a pair before working on another? No, I don't want to do that. And I know you're interested to see how much I've gotten on that dragon blanket. You know, the one with the scales. The one that every time I pick it up, I can't remember what crochet hook I used. Why? Where did it go? I don't know. But it's growing. Look, see? It is heavy. Look at that. It is heavy. So you see all the ends over here? I haven't woven in ends in 2 weeks, so that's how much I've gotten done in 2 weeks. I don't remember what I got done this week to last week, but that was a 2-week progress, are all the ends. I had all the ends woven in before, so I am seeing progress. I just measured it. It's 20 inches. The blanket is 36 inches wide, so I am so happy. I have passed the halfway point because 36 square is good enough for me. If it makes it any longer, awesome. But I am just ready to move on. I love it. It is gorgeous. The heft on this is just out. I mean, it is heavy. I've used almost 3 7-ounce balls in this. So it's and it's over half done. And then, you know, you're going to be adding all the other things to it, right? We've got our dragon head and all of our other, there's feet. I've got more feet, they fell, and I've got a tail over there, and I still have to make the wings. So all this other stuff is going to be added to it. This is going to be very heavy and a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, my daughter says she'll do a photo shoot with me. I'm gonna hold her to that, and I'm gonna go running with it. I'm like, film me, because I'm gonna go running around with it. I'm gonna have this, and I'm gonna wear it like this as a cape, and I'm gonna have that dragon. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's pretty spectacular. And I'm gonna be just running through the yard, and maybe we can go out and find some trees, and I'm gonna run through the trees. I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of work. I think I need a celebratory let's run around some trees with that dragon blanket. Hold me to it, because that sounds like fun. So those are a couple of my in progress. I don't know what thing. Oh, I haven't really finished the thing. Look at this hat. You may or may not have seen this. This is Comfort sock yarn. Yeah, Barocco Comfort sock yarn. And I held it double. I had some scraps leftovers from when I make things like this, right? I'm not going to throw it away. So this is 100% acrylic. I held the 2 strands of a sock weight, fingering weight yarn together, doubled. I held the gray with the blue to give that marled effect, and then started striping in 2 strands of the gray, giving it just, and then went up to more of the gray. So just that nice fading look for it. I used all of the blue and have just a little bit of gray left. So that was nice. I went through some scraps. This will end up being given to somebody or some organization. I'm really not sure. There's the Bumblebee Mountain Outreach that I could send this to, or a local charity. You know, always try to find a local charity. If not, there are some online. Lots of different things. Lots of people would be more than happy to take your excess creativity. You know, sometimes us crafters, we make a lot of stuff, and maybe we don't need 20 or 30 hats for ourselves. Maybe 7, 1 for each day of the week is enough, right? You know, whatever it takes. But there are organizations that would be more than happy to take those off your hands if you're done with them. That's all. that's just how that works. So let's see. I think, oh, I had some other done things. I got my little basket. My basket, i.e. cookie tin, right? Yeah, cookie tin. If you saw the Fun Size Friday, then you saw that I made two of the koala bears. And this was made with triple strand of worsted weight or worsted and bulky weight. And this was worsted weight with a size C crochet hook. You know, it's the exact same pattern, exact same stitches. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about gauge and you're trying to make a sweater or something along that line and it says check your gauge, it matters, and you're like me and you're like, no, it doesn't, I'm good. Okay, this is what they mean by gauge matters. These two are the exact same stitches. Obviously different needles, so if I wanted it to be this size and it turns out this size, i.e. my sweater, it's going to make a difference, or vice versa if you want it this size and it turns out this size. So that's what, when a pattern talks about gauge and check your gauge, that's what they mean. What size do you want that thing to be? And oh, let me know, do you think that's creepy? My husband said last time I went like this and everything. I just love it. It's like photobombing. He said that this koala looks creepy because the eyes are crooked. I don't know. So just, I just, oh my gosh, that just cracks me up. The side swipe thing, it cracks me up. So I got that done. And then I was working on for my things we're making Thursday because I was procrastinating on the shawl that I started making. So instead of working through it, I just started something else because isn't that what we do? We start a procrastination project. And that's what this is. This is my owl basket. I like it. Obviously it's not done yet. I don't think I'm going to put the eyes and everything on. I like it as a tray like this. You know, once I take that out, you know, obviously it holds a good amount, right? It does. It works really well. I think I'm going to go up just a little bit higher and then maybe do the handles that the pattern has in it and call it done. I like that, and I might make a couple of them and make them nesting baskets because this surprisingly feels really well. And if you got a bunch of that limited edition cotton or limited edition Lion Brand yarn that a lot of people got in almost every mystery bag for the last couple of them, and then any other tradings, this is a really good use for it. I'm really enjoying the way that this works up as a basket. So all yarns have a use, all yarns have a reason. There you go. And then the other thing, let's see what else we have. Oh, I have, for my things that we're making Thursday, my shawl is growing. I'm down to, see, look, that's my second ball. So it has grown quite a bit since Thursday. I put a lot of work into it, and it is quite lovely. I mean, it's like, yes, it is quite lovely. I'm quite happy with this. I like the way the colors are going. They're not muddied and stacked the way that I thought they might be, because obviously the yarn I've got so much so that each row takes more than one color, but they're lining up really well. So real happy with this. I'm not going to lie, the pattern's really a pain. If you've watched me or other content creators making this pattern, and I'll have this one linked down below too. If you've watched us, people are having some struggles with stitch count and how this particular design goes. And it's just, it's an interest, it's not hard, but you have to pay attention to it. And I don't really want to do that. So I've already gone through all of the instructions where there's the graph, and I've done that. And now I'm keeping the intent, and if my numbers are a little off, they're just a little off. I'm making sure they're even on both sides and even in the middle, i.e. whatever I do on one end, I do on the other, regardless of what the pattern says, and whatever I've done in the middle section, I've done on the right middle and the left middle, regardless of the pattern. The pattern might say you should have 3 stitches, I might have 5. I'm not pulling out. We got 5, you know, or it might say I've got 6 or 7 and I've got 4 or 5. We got 4 or 5. At this point, I'm done pulling it out. It's beautiful the way it is. No one's going to come up to me and count my stitches and say you're off by a stitch. So I'm giving permission to myself. You do you. If you're making it, you do whatever you want. But I'm giving permission to myself to not be so stressed out. It's gorgeous the way that it is. And I'm going to just leave it. And it's beautiful. So that's that one. And I'm going to just let that go at that point. Yeah, I'll have the tutorial, not tutorial, but I'll have the pattern listed down below too. The majority of things I have today, I have patterns for. And then the other ones that I worked on, I finished these gorgeous washcloths and scrubbies for Scrubby Sunday. And these are made by another YouTuber, or at least the tutorial is. It's a free tutorial. Another YouTuber, Angela, for the Crazy Poppy Lady, and her tutorials are free. And I'll go ahead and link that down below too. But it's been a crazy week of productivity and just getting so many things done. I mean, how many finished projects did I get? I don't know. So I've got the bandana sitting on my head. I have socks. Let's see. I have I have these things, right? These pot holders. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, I got my dropping stuff. I mean, that's a lot. I was shocked, you know. It's like, holy cow, look at all this. Yeah. So here's here's my stuff. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of stuff. Yeah, there you go. And a lot more coming up and on the way and in the works. And oh, and I forgot the hat. There's a hat too. It's been a lot. It's been crazy. I don't think I slept this week. I think that this is caffeine and happiness and lack of sleep and enjoying all of my stuff and sharing it. I really think that being able to talk to everybody and commenting and sharing has just driven me to strive to do more than what I was doing, to produce more. The socks is because I got called out. My son straight up called me out and said, Mom, you have to make the socks. So I've got one pair. I have to do an inventory. I do have some others that are done, but I have one pair and I generally give out 10 pair a year. So you'll be seeing some different colored socks. I'm working on some socks. I got the little groove going on. One done, two on the needles. Praise the Lord, it's going to happen, right? So we've got this, you know. All right, everybody. What'd you get done? Did you get anything done? Did you work on stuff? You know, one stitch counts, right? You don't have to finish something. One stitch is progress. Did you get some progress? Let me know down below. I'd like to hear about it. Thanks, everyone. You have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. Bye bye.